What's up, everybody? We are in for another good show, I promise you. Looks like we got a few people in here already. Hang on just a second. Let me get this other screen brought up and make sure we're live. I think we're live. We usually are, but you just never know. Oh, yeah, we're live. So we got a few people in here. Let's see how many we got. 8, 9 people? Not bad, I don't guess. So let's see, where'd all them yahoos at?
Who are you calling yahoos?
Man, I knew something was wrong. Man, the whole crew. Man, the hair was standing up on the back of my neck a while ago, and I thought something evil had possessed this place. I thought Nettie had psychopathically took over. I don't know. Who knew that the crew would come in? What's up, guys?
How you doing?
So, guys, we just wanted to welcome y'all, and with the help of all these yahoos and Michael at Our Epic RV Adventure, who is filming all this, we all managed to get together in one location, and we wanted to welcome y'all a special way, and this is the best way we knew how. What's up, everybody? I think we fooled y'all. I seen a few people in the chat thinking we were still in the closet, but we actually filmed that a few weeks ago when we were all together, and I thought it was pretty cool. Y'all have to stick around for the outro, I guess they call it. I call it the extra, like exit. But anyway, y'all have to stick around at the end of the show and watch that. That's pretty hilarious, and so some great videoing from Michael from Our Epic RV Adventures and the whole gang. It just all worked out. We sort of done a daydream get together with some of the like Michael used to be on the show quite a bit, and then the whole morning crew. And so we wound up all getting to be at the same place at the same time. It worked out that a lot of them were already in the area, so pretty cool. That's why you didn't see us send out a lot of invitations for this, because we wanted to get together and do some stuff for the show and talk about the show and just get to know each other. Well, we pretty much knew each other, but just have a little family get together. And so that's why we didn't promote that any. And so don't get your feelings hurt if you didn't get invited to be there. It was I called it a company picnic the whole time we were there. So, and I told them that was their bonus for the year.
You just called it that so that you could write it all off. We know.
I thought we were gonna get a bonus check at the end. No check.
Nope. We got one curl of dog apiece. That was it.
But they were brown.
Yeah. I would have ate the red ones. I don't care.
Thanks to Miss Tammy, she made sure they had brown hot dogs. Me. So yeah, we had fun filming that. Like I say, hang around at the end. We got a cool outro to go with that. So we'll be running that for this week, and then we'll probably go to a brand new intro starting sometime next week, whenever I get around to it. As soon as I get off today, I've got a dad's coming over and we're going to work on the deck some more. So we're in the house. We're loving it, or the house trailer. We're loving it. It's been a lot of work. We still got a lot of work to do. We're still unpacking. We're still unpacking and packing up stuff that we brought with us that we realized when we got here we don't really need. And so we're toting out stuff come spring. We're going to have a bunch of yard sales. And so turn a lot of that into cash. And so y'all get to follow along with that as well. Got the truck up for sale, got the camper up for sale. We will be buying something else to camp in, but we got to get through this little valley, and then we'll do something on the other side. And so that's coming. We'll get all that figured out, straightened out. Hopefully, we're planning on opening in the spring. So I don't know what that looks like, but maybe that's our plan, is to open in the spring. So, so we nearly got the deck done. We've been blessed with that. Somebody gave us a wheelchair ramp. For those that don't know, Tammy's got a nephew that's in a wheelchair, and we're the only family that's ever built a wheelchair so he could visit wheelchair ramp. So that was a priority when we started building the deck. It had to have a wheelchair ramp, and so somebody that had sold a house trailer had a big long one, and so nobody could have got it unless they had the equipment to get it. So it was meant for us. So we got it. It was twice as long as we needed it. So we cut it in half and used the lumber for the other to help finish the deck. So, and then we bought a deal in 2 decks. And then yesterday I spent most of the day. My dad has a portable sawmill. And so we cut lumber to do the top. And then a customer friend of ours, we used to be a customer of theirs. They do computer boards, and we had our sock mill. We've done business with them, so we've known them a long time. And then when they started having kids and we got in the party business, we started. They were customers of ours. So the other day I made a Facebook post about our deck and about that we were looking for a good deal in some metal. Well, they seen that, and I won't name their name just in case somebody might be from our area, because they didn't say that we could. But anyway, they have ordered our metal for us, and going to call us today and tell us when to pick it up. They just wanted to help us out. So that was pretty cool. And so we're going to go ahead and put the top on it. We were going to wait a while to do the top, but so Dad gave us the lumber, and some friends gave us the metal. So it's not going to cost us anything to do the top. So hoping to get started on that today. So, but that's about, I can't think of anything else I need to update on the house trailer part. It's going pretty smooth, as smooth as can be expected. Actually, I told,
Did they get your pipe fixed?
the pipe.
The broken
The water
pipe?
leak.
Oh,
water
yeah, that was on the water company. That was a main line. Yeah, they fixed that.
No, the one
night.
that was on your trailer that broke that you had to go to Lowe's and get parts for.
Oh, yes. Yes, we got that fixed that night. Yeah, we had a little incident. For those that may have missed out, I don't know if I talked about it the other day or not, but so if you've ever had a house trailer, they have a main line that runs the whole length. Well, they don't have a main line. You have to install it, but they put all the drops down. So when you buy your house trailer, you just connect the drops, and then all the little drops goes to the big drops. They do that in the installation. So all you have to do is connect the main drop. So you have to connect the drop at bathroom 1, bathroom 2, the kitchen. The utility room runs to the kitchen drop. All right. And then all the bathtubs all run. So there's like 3 drops total in the whole trailer. Well, we had everything hooked up, everything working, no water leaks. Well, Thomas, our son, is tall. Y'all seen him. Well, his tub in his bathroom is not very big for a tall person. And so he asked if he could use our garden tub because he's on his feet all day. He's an RN at a local hospital. And so, and then he comes home and helps us. So he was asked if he could use our garden tub. So he did. Well, when he went to dump it, it flooded under our trailer, like through the insulation. It was coming out the plastic at every little seam. I got under it, punched a hole in it just to drain it all out. But what had happened is that drop is at the very tail end of the trailer. Like that's our master. right. If you come in our driveway, you're coming right at our master bath. Well, sometime or another, when they were pulling that trailer, and we never knew this because it was all up in the insulation, they drug our trailer. And when they drug the tail in, you couldn't tell it. There was no damage or nothing. But somehow that pipe must have stuck down just enough below that metal piece that they bumped it. And when they did, they broke that T up there where that bathtub comes into that main drop. Well, when Thomas dumped all that water out of that tub, it was so much pressure it separated. Before, it probably hadn't had enough water pressure. But when you dump ever how much water is in a garden tub, which is a bunch, it's a big garden tub, well, it forced it apart. When it did, it flooded. This happened one evening. It was about dark. But anyway, yeah, we got that fixed. They're going to pay us. They actually, my dad's a licensed plumber, so they're going to pay him for fixing it. So,
oh, that's cool. Did they replace the insulation yet?
yeah, with the people that done the underpinning, what happened that night, I pulled it all out. Me and Dad pulled as much of it out we could. And then I left it open. And so it was like 3 or 4 days before they came. And we had winds here like crazy. And so it all dried out. And all that insulation was dry, so they just reused it. And then they put it up in there and taped it. And it should all be good. Because I wanted it to dry out the wood and everything, you know. It wouldn't. I made it. I mean, it was pretty bad, but it probably was like a 2 foot because water goes to the weakest point, right? So it just went down. So it didn't like go 10 foot or nothing, you know. So.
Well, that's good.
So we got that fixed. So guys, today starts season 2. We started a few days early. I didn't officially publish my first video until sometime in December, but we wanted to get it few days to get everything going, and I don't know, I just thought this was a good time to do it, not as hectic for all of us, and it wound up being hectic for me. But anyway, we're getting it worked out. We actually had to delay it. We was going to do this a week or 2 ago, but anyway, so this officially starts season 2. I'm going to try to get more on a regular schedule this week. That don't mean I might not miss some. Matter of fact, about 20 minutes before the show starts, Dad texted me and asked if he wants to work on the deck. So I told him I'd done committed to doing the show this morning and needed to do it. He said, no problem. I got something I need to do. I'll see you about lunch. And so we're going to get to work on that. And so hard to turn down free labor. That's why when I miss sometimes, it's because Dad's here doing free labor. And so if y'all had seen, if I could show y'all everything Dad's done around here that I didn't have to pay for, it's amazing. So Jerry, you know you're muted.
Yeah, I didn't. My phone's going
off. Okay.
So I didn't want you guys.
I didn't know if you knew. So anyway, we're going to have a few new changes going into season 2. We're changing a little bit back to the way the show got started, and we're going to add some new stuff a little bit. We got a brand new logo. Thanks to Felix. The logos, Felix helps us redo all that. She does the store. So all that new logo merchandise is already at the store. Matter of fact, it's been ready to go for a month now, probably. We've been working on it.
But I didn't make it all live until last night.
Right. It went live last night, but
link is in the chat if you want to see the new merch.
So
there's actually a few different products than what he had before.
Yeah. So, yeah. And also, after this week, we're going to run some of the old stuff for a few days, right? Am I right about that?
Well, I think we were going to do it at, I don't know.
Yeah, we may bring it. In other words, you may be able to get some of the older stuff later on. That's what we talked about then. Because it's so aggravating, and it asked a lot of Felix to keep up with all this. So we're going to do new stuff, but occasionally we may throw out some old stuff in that. So,
vintage.
Yeah. So his way homestead, I just want to say you hit on something right there. This has been to be able to hang out with Dad. Me and Dad used to work together. I grew up working for my dad, and it was tough because as a kid you want to be as good as your dad as far as you want to know all this stuff. My dad's a machinist by trade, a math genius, and that is where the math part of it went down to me and not no further. But now all Dad's brothers are all math. Well, let me take that back. 2 of Dad's brothers are math geniuses, and their dad and his 2 brothers that are good at math are all machinists, and all 3 of them can do about anything. They're just one of these people. If they don't know how to do it, they'll watch somebody do it and they'll do it. So, but I eventually, as I grew older, I realized there's no way I was going to be able to keep up with Dad. And so, but I think I resented him some growing up that I couldn't do that kind of stuff. And so, but the older I've got, I love and appreciate him more. And I'm going to try not to cry. So let's move on to something else. But yeah, His Way Homestead, you hit on something there. It's been great hanging out with Dad. So, all right. So we talked about
Texas Family Camping was gonna say, my pillow is old now. But he likes that he has a vintage pillow. So yeah, vintage. Not old, vintage.
Vintage, right. So we're
Collector's
going
item. Collector's
what?
item. Collector's item.
Collector's item, yeah. So also we're going to go to 1.5 shows. We're going to cut 30 minutes off. So it's going to be 1.5 hours long. Now that I'm not saying that there might not be a time we won't stretch that if something comes up that we really want to talk about and hang out. But for the most part, y'all know me, we stick pretty much to the plan. So 1.5 shows, that's going to be the new thing. That'll start today. We're also going to do giveaways, but it's only when we have sponsors. So we're still working on how we're going to do that sponsor thing. How we're going to do this is, if y'all watch our show, there's got to be some form of trust in here. You trust me to know that I'm not going to do y'all wrong. If I've ever done any of y'all wrong, it was strictly by accident. So it took up too much time to do the wheel. The wheel is fun. It was exciting, but it took 30 minutes out of the show, at least, if not longer. So what we're going to do the weeks that we have sponsors is during the show, I'm not going to announce it. During the show, I'm going to pull up the active chat, throw those names into a picker of some kind. I don't know what kind. And we're going to pick a name. We'll have 5 names. Like we'll pick 1 name a day and even a name on Friday. So we'll have 5 names. On Friday, those 5 names will go in a picker and they will be picked for whatever prize we're giving away that week. So it's only going to be the weeks we have sponsors, and we're still working on how we're going to do the sponsors. So it may take us a week or 2 to get this going. I have been crazy busy. They can all tell y'all I don't even respond to text a lot, because if I start texting somebody and then before you know it, I'm doing a bunch of texts, and then Dad's like, hey, can you help me do this? And I didn't want to be like that, because it's easy to get pulled into a conversation that you can't get out of without being rude. So to me, it's just better off if I don't respond.
To completely ignore everyone, because that's not rude at all.
Well,
good job, Gary.
Well, I'm just saying it's better for me to come back in later and say, hey guys, I was in the middle of something.
Except you never came back.
Yeah, I know it. Sometimes it's like a day or 2. So, but anyway,
that's not rude at all.
That's not rude ever. But anyway, y'all know I've got a lot on my plate, so y'all just have to bear with me a while. So that's how we're going to do the.
Did you
giveaway?
I honestly, because I wasn't listening. Did you explain how? Well, he does it to us. Did you explain how you were going to pull the names? Is that how?
Yeah, I'm just starting them. We're going to do active chat. I'm not going to announce it, so it'll be active chat thrown into some kind of picker. I don't know what kind.
So if any of you were at our monetization party, and the way that I did the drawing and pulled the names, that's how he's planning on doing it. He's not going to announce that he's doing it. He's just going to pull the names at random. so you'll never know. So basically,
Yeah.
you got to stay active in the chat.
Yeah, and you won't even know. I'll
You don't even gonna
I'll
tell.
probably post the winner. What my plan is to post the winner for each day on the community tab.
Yep. So
So
you're
you
gonna
won't
be
even
used to
know
looking
till
at
after
that
the show.
too.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what I will try to do is screenshot it. And
Yes.
and then I'll post, but I may not always remember to do that. But at the very least, I'll post on the community chat every day who the winners are. And each winner will get to play. You can only be on the wheel one time. So there's going to be 5 different players for the week.
Yeah.
Also, if you have multiple channels, that's fine as long as you stay active in the chat.
And his way, you can work and lurk, just don't expect to be on the wheel.
Yeah, you can work and lurk, but you better stay active in the chat. So,
but that's just to get on the prize wheel.
Yeah. And so I'm not going to know. I mean, I'm not going to tell it because I don't want to take up all the time.
Well,
I want it to be fun, but I also
honestly, he may not know.
Yeah. So, but anyway,
Just
so that's
saying.
how we're going to do that. But if you have multiple channels, both channels have to be active. So that's how that's going to work. So, all right, we're going to go past that. That's how that works. You have to trust me that I'm going to do it fair. I love you guys. I wouldn't do any of y'all wrong. So just remember that. And you know, yeah.
Well, I mean, honestly, if you're that uncomfortable with how he's picking the names and stuff and don't trust him to do it, then don't try to participate, I guess, because he's not gonna he could care less who wins. Let's put it that any of us, we could care less who wins.
Yeah, I want you all to win. All right, so we're gonna go past that. All right, the guest, we're gonna have guests, but it's not going to be daily. We may have a guest occasionally. Let me just say that. We're going to try to reschedule some that we already had that either they had to cancel or we had to cancel. We're going to try to reschedule those. And we are going to have guests in the future. But the show, when we do the numbers, y'all tend to like it when we don't have guests. So that's how the show was built originally anyway. And so we're going to have guests, but it's going to be hit and miss. So that's how that is going to go. So we're going to be more one-on-one daily. That's another reason for cutting it down a half an hour. We can chat, have fun, listen to each other's stories and heartaches or happiness or funny or whatever. We can do that in an hour and a half. Also, this is going to be phased in, so this is going to take a few weeks, maybe a month or two to get completely done. But we're going to phase out Patreon. All the memberships will be on YouTube. We're going to add membership tiers so that we can move our Patreon members to YouTube. That way, we're all going to be on the same page. And so we have several Patreon members, and it's hard for me to keep up with both. So what we're probably going to do first, we're going to add the membership to the YouTube. Then we're going to ask our Patreon members to drop off as their month ends and move to here if they want to continue to support. And I'm going to try to make them similar as in what you get, but can't guarantee that it will be. I'm going to try to get creative and do some different stuff. I wasn't going to do that. I was going to keep both, but it's just too much work. And it's not really fair because the Patreon members, we got some big Patreon members. We try to recognize them with the bots, but it's a little. I think we can do better if we have it all here. So I think that's all the new stuff, and we may do some new stuff down the road that I didn't talk about today, but that's some of the changes we're going to make, and we're going to go back to hanging out and having fun with our friends every morning. We may bring in people like the coffee people. If it's something that I think that we'd all have fun, and we may just bring people plumb off the wall that has nothing to do with it that I think y'all might like. There still may be guests, but don't expect them to be even one every week. They might only be one for weeks, you know. We're going to go back. It was a lot of work on Felix, and I think it was burning us all out. And so it was hard for me to keep the interviews original. And so I always prided myself in having a different interview. But it was getting to the point that even though my interviews were different than anybody else's, it was the same thing every day. And so I didn't like that.
It was getting old.
It was killing me. And you can ask Felix and Jerry. I'm not big on repetitiveness. So I do good to remember to get up every morning. I rolled over this morning, stayed up late last night for me, and rolled over this morning for some odd reason at 7:20. And that is like sleeping to lunch to me. Usually by then I'm working on second breakfast. So
I was still asleep at 7:20. Just saying.
But yeah, so I'm glad to have you guys here. We got 21 people here, and I've been out for I don't know how long, but I appreciate y'all hanging with me. So it's gonna be fun. I'm actually out of school this week, and so school bus drivers are. So we got all that going on, and the decks and everything else. So, yeah, Kyle and Ryan's got that for sure. I have squirrels in the room. So if y'all missed the show the other day, I don't know if y'all noticed, but that's the new view. That's all stuff I brought back from Uganda, except for one piece.
So UV
I have to have my lady, and then that's my cool picture I brought back for Tammy from Uganda for a couple years ago. I didn't think I was going to get to bring it with me to the trailer, but we worked it out and found a place in here to put it.
So I think you should make sure that you say a little something about Nettie, because you didn't mention that she helps out quite a bit too.
Nettie does help out.
She just yelled at you on the text.
And Nettie knows that I have squirrels and that I can't remember everything. And my Nettie knows, look, there's a reason that Nettie's, well, we can't see it because Felix has got it covered up, but there's a reason that Mel Nettie Living Free zip code list has a spot up here on the screen, because they're really important. Hey, I wouldn't take nothing for all of y'all out in the chat, but I want to say this inner circle right here is pretty tight. Any of you guys in the chat, all you guys in the chat, I love you and I appreciate you, but y'all don't know what Nettie's not in here, but I'm talking about Nettie as well. But Nettie and Felix and Jerry, I don't have enough money in my bank account to pay them for what all they've done. Not just for the show, but for me and Tammy in general. And the long, deep conversations we have a lot of times throughout the day when I don't ignore them are priceless. I'll just say that. And so if you don't have a group of friends like that, you need to get them. And a lot of you guys in the chat I talk to quite a bit. Kyle and Ryan, I talk to them, and I love all you guys, and I would like to connect with all of y'all like that. But y'all know that's just nearly impossible. We all got lives. But these three yahoos that hangs out with me every day have been life changing, and it's all been worth it. Having all you in the chat as friends and having these guys help me run. I couldn't do the show. Honestly, we do it.
I seriously just do it for the pay.
Yeah. I know. It's all about the money.
Pay. Yeah.
I just want the money.
Yeah. But anyway, you guys know how much I love you guys. You don't have to be a sponsor for
Nettie.
what Nettie said.
You got to read the chat.
Yeah, you're right, Nettie. And a lot of y'all don't know that, and we won't go into that story, but I think Nettie may have told it a couple of times on here. But Nettie is the reason that we were able. I nearly messed the whole deal up, but Nettie is the reason we were able to get Felix to come on board and be on the team. I will admit. So, but anyway, that's a funny story, and I'll let Nettie and Felix tell that one day when they're up here together. So, and y'all may have already heard it. So, yeah,
that would be a short story, Boomer, Lance, because we met on YouTube. So there you go, beginning and end of that story. That was
we all hung out together on YouTube. For I guess a condensed version of the story was we had all gradually. Matter of fact, Felix, I'm just going to tell it like it is. Felix didn't like me to start with, and
no, I did not.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure she does at this date, but.
Jerry. Oh, I'm not saying a word.
But we all hung out together. Me and Jerry were close friends, like boom, right off the bat. Me and Jerry, I hung out when him and when you were doing your first lives. I forgot who all was involved in those first lives.
Wasn't very many.
James. I think you and James were doing them.
Yeah, me and James, yeah.
And so I hung out, and I got to know them right off the bat early on. And then I started running into Nettie and Felix everywhere I went. And I would cut up with Felix if I would ever get a question before she did or guess something. Mine would all.
But first, there was a live stream, and I don't remember whose live stream it was, but they were talking about pets. And the question was, if you had one meal, would you eat it or would you feed it to your dog or your cat or, whatever, your pet? And you said, oh, heck no. And I went over and looked at your channel because I didn't know who you were. And at that time, you could still do the little click to channel, so it was really easy to do. And I seen you had dogs, and I'm like, well, those poor dogs. He's just a jerk.
I thought you were going to say, well, I'd feed the food to my dogs, then eat my dog.
Then there was something else you did in another live stream because I don't mind to give somebody a second chance. But there was something else you did in another live stream, and I had pretty much determined at that point, I'm like, this guy is just a real jerk. I'm going to say jerk. That's probably not what I thought and said. But that's acceptable on YouTube. So, then I don't even know why. I'm going to say out of pure boredom, I began watching your morning show. Well, you had Michael up there, and he would talk about YouTube-y type stuff, and things like that. So I'd listen to him, because, he was okay. And, I just tuned you out. But then after a while, I guess you started to grow on me or something. It's like a leech or something. It just, you can't quite just flick it off. You know. And I don't know. I changed my mind. I decided to give you another chance.
She's still giving you a chance.
Jerry was a totally different story. Says I liked Jerry from the beginning. So I never had a problem with Jerry.
Oh man.
Oh,
And of course,
Jerry was like the little puppy that was lost on the side of the road, and Felix felt sorry for him. That's what it was. Jerry's been afraid of Felix from day one. Oh, let me just say this. I meant to say this a while ago. But when we were all together at DeSoto State Park, Felix is the same in person as she is on the screen.
amen. I think that's where Felix, somebody just made that comment. I think that's where Felix really started to really like you and appreciate you when she won all those Daydream stickers.
Oh,
I think I won her over with the Daydream.
yeah.
But she
I
had like,
sort of knew that she sort of liked us a little bit when she done the video about us.
yeah.
Yeah.
I knew I had hit something. I was big time then. So we've had 2 or 3 channels do videos about it. Texas Family Camping. If y'all have not seen that one, that is hilarious. And then I want to thank somebody else done a video about us. Was it I was thinking somebody else did. I know Texas Family Camping, Felix did, and I was thinking somebody else did, but I may be wrong. But anyway, the Texas Family Camping one, if y'all have not seen that one, y'all got to go over and see it. It was fun.
Yeah.
It was about
Yes,
me.
it was.
Still funny.
I don't know when Blue Wave Odyssey walked in the door, but he's in here.
Grassroots Living, I seen. They
Yeah.
came.
And Artist on the Road, I missed her too.
I didn't
Oh,
say hi to
people
anybody
just
today.
keep
I've been out of the
sneaking in.
loop so long. So I thought we done good to have anybody show up as long as I've been out. So yeah, so I'll have to do a catch up video on all the stickers I got too. I've got them saved. And they're laying up here on the desk, so I got to get them put on and do an update on that as well. So I've been drinking coffee from Belize. My son gets coffee of the month or something from some company. And so I've been drinking Belize coffee. I drank Ugandan coffee for a while. It was really good. And now I'm on Belize, and it's pretty good. It's hard to beat. So it falls into the good category. I still have my favorite, but it falls into the good category. It's far better than Walmart water. And I have a container of Walmart water in there. I can still drink Walmart water. It's just I had never had any coffee that was had coffee in it until I got spoiled on here. So something got brought up about that. I forgot where we was. Something got brought up about everybody sending me coffee over the weekend while we were all. I forgot where we was, and that got brought up about what kind of coffee I drank. And I was telling them that I have been blessed with coffee here lately. I've got this. I've gotten so much different coffee that now it's hard for me to drink Walmart water. So I had never drank good coffee before.
Coffee that contains coffee. That's a good one.
Texas Family Camping, you can only hear that here.
Yeah.
After I started drinking all this other coffee, I accused Walmart of just turning the water black. So what have you guys been up to, Jerry? How you liking the new rig? For those that don't know, Jerry Holly is a Class A. He has a Class A Taj Mahal. He's right up there with Mel and Nettie.
I love it. Love it. Getting it figured out finally.
So Jerry Holly is officially full-time. He is just back at the home base because he had to be in the city limits.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm loving it. The more I figure out, the more I love it.
Jerry Holly, you need some kind of fireman logo or decal on that rig. What the colors in that couldn't say fireman any more than your rig.
I'm I think I want to get that Blazing 62 decal, and I'm going to put it on the back above the name, so everybody
That
know
would
it
be
is.
cool.
Yeah, and then put my name on the bottom of it because it's not my YouTube name, but I really love that fire sticker. That I think it was who made that for me? Cobra Roll made that for me.
Who did?
Cobra Roll, friend of
Yep.
Supplement.
I think, yeah, I think you're recognized. That is pretty cool. That'd be a good recognizable logo.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and then I love the deal Felix did for me for that picture that my granddaughter took and what she put on it. So I think that's going to be the back of my T-shirts if Teesprings can do something like that, and then the logo on the front of it. So
Now that's cool.
I think Teesprings could probably do that, couldn't they, Felix?
Yeah.
Sure.
If you
Blue
could get
Wave,
on
if
that,
you've
please.
not seen Jerry's mobile mansion, you need to go over and check it out.
Yeah, Nettie did a great video for me when I met up with them down in Oklahoma. Little short video kind of showing it. I mean, I just pulled up, so nothing was really put in place. But I love that video. And there for a couple of days, I thought it was going to be the for sale video when I put it back up for sale. Because I couldn't
Jerry
figure
had a
nothing
few
out on the
problems. Yeah.
But now, the more I figure out, the more I love it. RV Underway says Nettie keeps sending Barbara links to Class A diesel pushers. And thanks to Nettie, Mel and Nettie, she's the one that sent me the link for this one I bought. So I got to thank her for that. So
Yeah, I think that is I fell in love with it. I didn't have to see the inside. Have you ever heard when you sell in real estate, you have to win them before they get in the front door?
yeah,
Well, that picture had me won over, and I hadn't even seen the inside.
but that's exactly when I pulled up and saw the color scheme on it. I fell in love with the color scheme, and then when you opened the doors and walked in, it was just like, no, this is. I think this is it. I turned and looked at my daughter, and I said, I think this is the one. We got to make this happen.
Yeah, and that big motor in the back, that's pretty awesome too. What is the 500 Cummins?
Yeah, 500 Cummins, you don't even know it's running when you're going down the road. And set the cruise at 65, and the motor never changes tempo. And I checked the mileage, and well, I think everything's computerized, so it's hard to. I haven't actually physically checked it, but it was saying I was getting 7.9 miles to the gallon, and that's just exactly what my Class C got. Except it would only go 300 miles on a tank full of gas. Now I can go almost 1,100 miles on a tank full of gas.
Wow. Man, that's something.
You could almost get all the way to Quartzsite without putting any gas in.
Yeah, I mean it's a 150 gallon tank. You got to get a small loan to fill it up.
Yeah.
But, once you fill it up, it's good for a ways. Yeah, I think it's 1,900 miles to Quartzsite for me from here.
So you'd be darn close.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, at least one stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my plan for Quartzsite is I'm taking 2 weeks off work, and I'm going to take 3 days driving out there and then spend the week out there and then 3 days driving back. So it's not going to be a rush trip. So, I'll tell you, after driving that thing for about 3 or 4 hours, you're ready to stop for a while.
Well, it's only because you're so new to it. It'll become second nature.
I did. I ordered all my stuff so I can plateau my truck. So that was a plus. I don't have to try to sell my truck and buy some to tow. I can plateau it. So all the parts have been ordered, and they're getting information that they're starting to come in. They should have everything by Monday. So hopefully I'll be able to start plateauing my truck here in a couple weeks. There's our Epic RV just jumped in and traveling green.
Also, if anybody's interested in my truck, I have a post about it on my Facebook page or our RV. We're selling it until we can get through the valley. So anyway, if y'all want to know anything about either of those, the truck or the camper, go to my Facebook page or to post about it. So
You make it a package deal by buying both.
well, we'll talk about it.
So something that I don't think you said, but I don't know because I wasn't listening, was when you were talking about when you were talking about the prize wheel needing sponsors, did you happen to tell them that if they would like to be a sponsor?
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
they
so if
need
you
to
want to sponsor
contact
the
you?
prize thing, it'll be a week long, but we're not going to do the wheel. So you know what I'm saying? We will just say, hey, we're going to have a giveaway Friday, and this week's prize is sponsored by so-and-so. So it's not going to
Yeah.
take up a lot of time like we talked about earlier. Uh,
But the sponsor has to come from the YouTube community, basically. I mean,
it
well, it
wouldn't
don't have
happen
to, but I'm just saying
if
somebody has to step up and say, "Hey, I want to sponsor a prize on the wheel."
yeah. It's not going to be
We're
us.
not doing it,
We may do one occasionally.
Well,
we may do one occasionally
yeah.
as a channel.
but it's
But,
not going to be a weekly thing out of our pockets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We want it to be a sponsor. It'd be great if it's a YouTube channel because they can get exposure. So
And you need to explain what you expect from the sponsors. It has to be, how are you going to do that?
we're still working on that. So we're going
Okay.
to talk about that.
Because we
working
think
about
there
that.
should be a prize limit amount.
Yeah,
that-
we're going to talk. We'll talk about that some. That's why I'm saying we're still working out the sponsor thing. We already have a message from a sponsor. So we'll probably have a sponsor next week for next week's wheel.
Yeah.
What we do is we give that sponsor a whole week. So if we get one today, we'll start it next week. And if you want to do the next week, then you'll have to get with us, and then we'll start a calendar. So we're only going to do one prize, one sponsor per week. So, but you can get in line and be on it. So
Check your private chat.
Grassroots.
I've seen that, Jerry.
I think Gary knows I don't listen to him a lot. So
Yeah.
Yeah. We all have a lot going on when I'm on Jerry's show. Yeah, I'm doing stuff, and if Felix has something that I'm on, well, actually, I try to pay attention when I'm on Felix's stuff because
right,
I'm, like Jerry, I'm a little afraid of her. So I ain't just a little afraid of her.
Well, and I mean, honestly, I could not listen to Gary 24/7 because you guys like him, and I don't want to hurt him. So I have to tune him out from time to time.
Yeah, so y'all know. Truck camper is still anything's possible in the RV world with us right now. But it would be spring or later. If we sold ours today, it would probably be midsummer before we do some kind of RV. We got to make sure that our world is going to be turned back upright in the near future. So
make a note, Gary, you need to email RV Underway. They want to do a sponsor, but they want to know the rules
Detail.
to it. Yeah. Details. Yes, Linda. Sanity break. It's for his own safety. I know exactly where he lives.
Yes,
exactly where I live. Matter of fact,
Have an email.
I want to think it was Felix. It might have been Shelly. One of them is the one that found the Bible in our kitchen cabinet.
Yeah, I can't remember. I don't remember it being me, actually, but so I don't know. I don't know who.
Anyway, they've been through our new house. We had just, matter of fact, that nearly screwed up the whole trip. Is them bringing the house trailer a day early.
Yeah, we got ignored a lot on that trip too. Just saying.
They had, well, Felix was herself. I had to be myself. Jerry was himself. So
Well,
Jerry
you
had,
noticed in all the videos of downtown, when we was out exploring, Gary wasn't there.
and I wasn't filming. I wasn't
Yeah.
filming either. That was the day they brought the house trailer.
We
brought
saw
that one
Gary
on me.
about 2 hours out of each day, and it was late in the evening. With the exception of the one day that we did go to the Mexican restaurant and unclaimed baggage. And I think, Jerry, you got a picture of him, didn't you? I think that's in your latest video.
Yeah.
Thanks, Blue Wave Odyssey, for the $5 super chat. I appreciate that. Yeah, see, the plan was the last day of the trip, right? They were supposed to deliver the trailer the last day of the trip. And so Felix was having to leave early that morning. So I was just going to go do my bus route, come back, get the camper, and then come here. It was going to be great. I had it all worked out. Well, then they call while we're eating Mexican that
Oh, thanks, Blue Wave.
Yeah.
thanks for that other $5.
He said, me and Jerry are awesome.
So that $5 is mine and Felix's. So
Yeah.
you can get that check in the mail for
$250, Jerry.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, the mobile home place sort of screwed that up a little bit, and it wound up being late. But I did bring Tammy back.
Yeah, you did. You did.
Yeah,
another thing.
we didn't get to see her much either, but that's because she wasn't feeling well.
She had
Gary was just flat out ignoring us
Yeah.
and avoiding us. And according to our Epic RV Adventure, trying to find a place for ice cream, but he obviously failed quite miserably at that one too.
Good ice cream places because they found them when they weren't with me.
Yeah, like
we
5
found
of
them.
them, like side by side in the middle of the road. I mean, you couldn't.
But I don't.
They
I don't
were
have
right
time for all
there.
that, so. My ice cream joint, Dairy Queen. Anything past that, I don't have time to go search out stuff.
Or open your eyes and look.
Yep. Well, let's see.
I think every one of us on that trip saw an ice cream shop somewhere.
That was
Gary
so
was
fun,
the
though.
only one.
That was so fun.
Only
They
one
used to
ice
have
cream
one at the
shop.
top of the mountain.
Only one ice cream shop in Fort Payne. I bet we walked by 10 of them.
Oh yeah, there was seriously there were probably 3 of them at least that we saw.
Yeah. It's okay. We still had a great time.
But yeah.
Well, the
And
next
the washing
time
machine on. I'm having to get used to the washing machine running because
right next to you or something.
it's on the other end of the house, but it shakes the house.
Oh,
Yeah.
sit back and enjoy it. It's like a massage chair.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you
Well,
go.
it was all right till the screen on the laptop started doing this.
Earthquake.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought we were in for something for sure.
I don't think YouTube likes it when someone types Mexican food in the chat because it held Texas Family Camping's comment,
Yeah, I just showed it.
and that's something.
Our Epic has a collector's piece. Did y'all see their post?
What's
They
his
have
name
a
even?
video with what's his name
Hawks?
talking.
Oh my gosh!
What was it?
Our Epic's video is coming out for DeSoto this Friday, and what's his name even talks in it, right?
That man talks. I don't care
We
what
didn't
anybody
realize
says.
he said anything while we were on that trip. He's too busy eating.
Let me just say, what's his name can put away some food.
Yep.
I mean, like there it is, and there it's gone. Like we're all fitting to get our first bite, and what's his name won't know what's for dessert.
Apple crisp is what's for dessert.
shocked him when he was editing. That's funny.
It shocked me when he was at. Yeah,
When,
poor Michael took an acorn to the head on that trip.
oh wow, yeah. That didn't get videoed.
Wait.
No,
Wait. I got to clarify something. He said it was after lunch at the burger joint. After Jesse was done with lunch or after we were done with lunch? Because I think all of us were still eating and he was done. So
well, that's why I asked him. I said, at work, you must only have a 30-minute lunch. He said, yeah.
yeah.
Because when he eats, he gets it done.
Yeah, sometimes actually, because he has his PB&Js and his bag of chips, and a lot of times he'll come home and the chips weren't open, so he didn't even have time to do that.
Yeah.
But I will say, the last several days, well, I mean, like today, then what day did he work last? Tuesday of last week, he did not have PB&J, guys. This is
What?
breaking news. I know. He had turkey sandwiches.
Oh.
I know.
Epic RV.
Really though, honestly, with the dessert thing, he's not a big dessert eater. I mean, if you put a piece of cake or a burger in front of him, he'll pick the burger every time. He's not big on sweets.
Yeah. Thanks for coming by, guys.
Bye, guys.
Hot turkey sandwich is a favorite meal from Epic. Yeah, I'll tell you, I got leftovers sent home with me. So the first year was weird as heck that there was no cooking done at my house. So I went to all three of the daughters' houses and ended up getting a bunch of leftovers from them. So that's what I've been eating the last couple of days.
What was that?
See you, RV underway. That don't sound like fun. Oh man.
Do you guys hear that fuzzy sound?
I do hear it.
What is that?
Fuzzy sound?
It's like
I'm not hearing it. Probably one of them.
Now it's gone.
Nettie and BB3 are getting into that ghost stuff, so we probably got ghost stuff.
Haunting our microphones.
Yeah.
Yeah, cold turkey on leftover dinner rolls, that's always good.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So I used to work at a place in Fort Payne on the north end. They had a gas station, and you could go in there and get sandwiches. And like bologna sandwiches, they'd slab off a piece of it. And they had cheese, they'd cut it off. And you bought it, your sandwich, you paid for it by the pound. And so whatever you wanted to put on it, they'd throw it on a scale, and that's what it cost. And you talk about getting an awesome sandwich. Now, you could get an awesome sandwich. They had good tomatoes and all that. You just pick what you want on it, sort of like a Subway, but you got a real sandwich.
Probably had an ice cream shop in there, too.
I'm sitting here thinking about those darn onion rings.
Oh,
they're like the best onion rings, and I'm thinking, I'm gonna have to go back and visit Gary, not to visit Gary, but to get some more of those
onion rings.
I just need a place to park my camper, so I'll go to Gary. Yeah. But then I want to go get some of those onion rings.
His Way Homestead. I still have that link. I forgot to put anything in the description. That's how long I've been out. So I will try to get that updated by tomorrow. I got to go back and find all that in another show so I can copy it. So, but yeah, I still do have that link, His Way Homestead. So
Yes, those were, gosh, I
Yeah.
love the onion rings. And I've
Yeah.
had a lot of onion rings from a lot of different places, little mom and pop places, the chain places, and nobody that could top those that I've found yet. Those are definitely the best.
Yes, they were. I'd have Gary go down and give me some and ship them to me, but they probably wouldn't be as good time they got here.
Yeah, probably not.
Plus, he hasn't frozen. I think they make those. They got to almost make those in house.
I would think those are hand battered.
His way
What
home.
else?
You could probably go back 3 or 4 shows that I actually did and see in one of the descriptions, and I'll try to copy and paste and put it on tomorrow's show. Hopefully tomorrow we'll be able to do a show. This week's still going to be hit or miss for those that just come in because I'm out of school and Dad's wanting to try to get this deck done before it gets bad weather. And so, but I'm going to try to still do a show every day this week. So that's the goal.
What about tomorrow evening?
Tomorrow night, yeah, we'll do one tomorrow night.
Okay.
Tonight
And
we
Yeah,
need
Linda.
to do because Dad's not here working, so.
yeah,
Yeah, because you're going to be running out of days of nice weather here to get that deck finished up.
Yeah. See, once we get the back one done, we got to get the front one done.
Yeah.
We may
That
not.
Texas Family Camping has a little surprise up their sleeves for tomorrow. Is tomorrow their live or is that yours? No, tomorrow is yours, isn't it, Jerry? They get the second
Second
Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Then I don't have any idea what they're talking about.
Mm. Well, that'll be interesting. I always like a little suspense on what's going to happen tomorrow.
Yeah, I always worry when
I get enough of that from Gary. I don't need it from everybody else. Too.
You get that hourly. That's not
Yeah.
tomorrow.
We're gonna have a show tomorrow. We're gonna have a show tomorrow. We're gonna have a show tomorrow. Then
Maybe.
5 minutes before 10 o'clock. No show.
Yeah,
Hey.
that's life in the fast lane.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think everybody in the chat, I'm pretty sure, was on your celebration party, Felix. But just in case they weren't, that everybody let them know that you got monetized and you guys are big time in now. It was a great show too. You had 80-some people in there at one time, didn't you?
83, I believe, is what it said in my analytics. 83 was like the top number.
Oh, that's a good
Yes,
turnout.
that was great. And I think even as we got to the end of it, we were still 50 or 60 something.
Yeah, you held a good crowd.
A lot of support that night. That was really awesome and fun. And
Yeah.
all those prizes have already been ordered and shipped out. A couple people have already got theirs. The only one that I'm not for sure why, Avenger RV Adventure, if Steve's still in here, I checked on it a couple of times and it's saying it's in printing. So I don't know what the holdup is with yours, but it's saying it's in printing. So it may be a little later than what they originally said.
Yeah.
And everybody else's has shipped and or was delivered. So yeah, we got a lot of super chats and super stickers and gained a couple of new members. Actually, a few new members that night. So that was really cool because we do the membership thing too. We are doing 3 levels. $199, $499, and $999. So we have, and each one offers more depending, the level of what you get.
And with Felix, the sky's the limit. Felix is so talented.
Oh my God.
Jerry don't seem to think so, but I know so. Jerry puts, he's like, I just don't know about Felix. And but Felix, Jerry's all the time saying, well, she's getting better, and stuff like that. But I'm always like admiring the talent she has, the God-given talent she has, and all that kind of stuff. And so Jerry just don't have the eye for good talent.
See, I pretty much
Gary?
pretty much turned my YouTube over to She has got me so straightened out in the last 2 weeks. It's unbelievable. She's got me a new banner. She's got me new thumbnails. She's got me that picture of my rig and stuff is just crazy what that girl can do in a little bit of time.
By the way, the new Daydream logo and all, that was a Felix special.
Yeah.
And I would like to thank Jerry and Nettie for helping us, because we put forth a lot of different ideas there, or Felix put forth a lot of ideas, let me say there. And we talked about and looked at all of them and come up with the one we got, and I love it. I love it. I've been wanting to change the logo really since I done it. I love the basics of it, but I wanted it to pop just a little bit more. And
let's talk about this logo for a moment.
Uh-oh.
So,
I just threw myself under the doghouse.
Yeah. So there was ideas thrown out. So, I implemented these ideas several hundred times. And finally, I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to throw this together. And I sent it. He's like, perfect. I'm like, you're kidding me. All these crazy little ideas that he had elaborate for logos. And some of them I thought looked pretty darn good, but they just weren't quite right. It just wasn't quite what he wanted. And so I went with like almost the most simple thing that I probably did out of all those logos. And that's the one that he liked.
That's the perfect one.
I think it's awesome. I hope y'all all like it. But
Texas family Texas family camping set there, Gary. Look at that one.
Yeah, she probably is.
She just don't have service when you're traveling.
If she was where she had some signal, I imagine Gary would be getting a text.
Yeah. Oh, it's about time now. It says power is flickering. They got a storm there. Ooh. We're supposed to have some snow or wintry mix Thursday morning.
We might get flurries.
I think we're supposed to get snow wintry mix on Friday. That's the last I remember hearing.
Yeah, I always get it first, and you'll
His
get
Way
it the next day.
Homestead. The new logo is on his banner on his channel page. It's on the thumbnail for the live. It's on all the merchandise. All the merchandise has the new logo.
Yeah, it all went live. Some of it went live last night. Some of it I was still working on this morning. Let's don't say we were still working on. I was still working on this morning.
Yeah, he had all the stuff. He just forgot to do it.
Yeah. I ain't had nothing to do lately, so.
See, I have all this pent up need to pick on Gary because I haven't been able to do that for so long that I am really just giving it to him today.
Yep. She does every day. Y'all just don't get to see it.
Oh, yeah. I just wanted it to be public this time. 51 degrees. You hush your mouth. It's like 25 here. Like, seriously, I was telling Jerry. So we finally got Darby to where we could let her out in the morning, and she would go do her potty and then come back in. And this is actually something that we can't do because she never wants to come back in. So just the last few days, we got her to do that. This morning, I let her out. It's the coldest day it's been so far. She starts to walk down the steps of the porch and then turns around and comes back up to the door and like squishes up in this little like C shape, like she's just freezing, and just looks at me like, "Are you crazy?" I had to get my shoes on and go out with her to make her potty because she would not go, I guess because it's so cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't get stuck to the ground.
Well, see, my whole thought was,
Hey,
let's
Artie,
get her to where she'll go out so I don't have to go out when it's below zero. She'll just go out, do her tinkle, and come back in. Well, no, I don't think that's going to work. So,
not in this cold weather.
yep, she doesn't like the cold. She doesn't like the heat, and she doesn't like the cold. She's a little bit of a diva. Has to be perfect.
She's a 70s dog.
Yep.
Like me. I'm a 70s person. Like it in the 70s.
Yeah, Shanna, I already feel better. Just getting all that out there.
His Way Homestead. Check your email. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, I knew that when we come back on today to kick off season 2 that Phillips was going to be in rare form.
Did you just add that Fi-Fine? Did you just add that Fi-Fine link to your stream elements? It's running in the chat, so if he needs a link to
I forgot I had it in the link.
Yeah,
you've had that for a while.
Well, like I say, I've been out a while, and I don't have to miss but a couple of minutes to forget what I'd done the day before. So, yeah, so His Way Homestead, that link to Fi-Fine is in the box that it just posted if you'll stream up.
Yeah, it's just right there.
We got an echo somewhere. I don't hear it all the time. I just hear it sometimes. But
I don't know. No, I didn't hear it.
But anyway, yeah, I can't wait. So next week we'll have a giveaway, and the next week we already have 2 sponsors. Well, we got to talk to them about it, but I think they're going to be okay with how we're doing it. So I pretty much went over everything anyway. So, but I do have something that we're going to do. So another thing, I'll just throw this out here. If you win something, that's one of the things that I want to throw out about the sponsors. But if you win something on this show, it's going to be something that can be electronically done. And so it's going to be something that I'm in control of. And so we're not going to have to worry about sponsors down the road maybe forgetting to mail. I owe Commander Bacon a mug and a book right now. And I owe Sherry a book because that all happened in the middle of us tearing down our house. So, but what I'm saying is from now on, everything that we give away on the show is going to be electronically done. So in whatever form it is. And it's going to be something that I can log on in here when we get a winner, enter the information in, and boom, the rest is up to somebody else. So I think that'll be good.
Yeah.
His Way Homestead, you will be happy with the microphone. I have one. Jerry Holly has one. Nettie has one. Our Epic RV Adventure has one. Who else has Fi-Fine?
I know.
Anyway, several people has them. Several people has bought them since we've had them. So, Bob's Adventure, I think, has a Fi-Fine.
Gina
right?
has one.
Gina has one. Yep. I love it. And they've gone up.
Meemaws, the new logo is on the channel banner. It's on all the merchandise. It's on the thumbnail for the live stream.
And if you watch the extra,
any of that?
if you watch the outro that we're going to throw up here at the end of the show, you need to watch it anyway. It'll have all of it on there too. So, and you can go to our store and see the new logo.
Yep, it's everywhere.
It's everywhere. Everything is new logo.
Different than the logo before, which I kind of forgot to add that part in when I was sticking it to you about the whole logo thing. Part of the whole simple was that it was pretty much the same logo, and I changed like a couple little elements of the logo. So
Do you have the new store in the? Is it in the bot? Is it running the link?
yeah, I saw the merchandise link roll through somewhere.
I'm looking for it.
If you do the store link at any link, it'll bring up the new stuff. So, we kept the daydream about nice things. My whole theme of it to start with was peace. I'm a 70s. I was born in the 60s. Y'all know that. But anyway, I'm a 70s peace. I love that. The logo, the peace logos and stuff. But anyway, I thought it was fitting in a time that our country is divided. When I started this a year ago, not now, a year ago, that I just like the peace. Have a place to come every morning, peace. So we kept the peace side of it. I thought it was a cool way. Felix came up with the peace sign, a different peace sign, but it's all from the same era. I thought it was cool. We will probably always keep some sort of peace logo with the daydream. Matter of fact, if you're a member on our show, you get a peace logo beside your name. And so that is the main running theme of our show, and it will be as long as I have anything to do with it. So we may come up with something better and cooler. I don't know, but for right now, that's what I want to keep it. So.
Why wouldn't you have anything to do with it? It's your channel.
Well, you never know. Felix, you're pretty sneaky. You and Nettie just slide in and take over. I mean,
we'll throw out ideas, and he's like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. And then like a month later, hey, I got this great idea, which is basically the idea we had to begin with. And it's like, wait a minute, Nettie said that like months ago, so don't even.
Hey,
and I remember,
men are allowed to have our days.
Uh-huh.
We're moody. By the way, y'all see the new well, I done it the other day.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
That's the necklace some of the kids made me in Uganda, so it's hanging on my microphone now. So I get to think about them every day when we're doing shows, and I think about, I don't know, me and some missionary friends of ours were talking about what we were going to do for the orphanage for Christmas. So we try to do something every year. And so that's through Dirt Road Missions. We have a lot of sponsors in Dirt Road Missions. And if any of y'all ever want to support Dirt Road Missions, you can do that without supporting the show or without putting money to the show. Let me just say that. I don't mean that came out wrong. But anyway, if you ever want to do a direct donation to Dirt Road Missions and you want it to go to something specific, just tell me and we'll work with you on that. So if any of y'all have a business, y'all want to need a tax write-off, you shouldn't need a tax write-off this year. Everybody got a big enough tax write-off and not working. Or if you just ever want to do something for Dirt Road Missions, I can tell you how you can do that directly. And we are federally recognized, so you will get a tax receipt with your donation. Just throwing that out there. So we're going to try to do something for the kids at the orphanage that we helped build the new orphanage. And we've got some senior citizens that we have housed behind the orphanage. We just started that program last year when, I don't know if I showed y'all the pictures of us in the hut giving away the t-shirt and the lady going nuts. That lady, we've got her moved on campus in a real nice house on campus. So we got people to watch after her. She didn't have anybody to watch after her. So we got that took care of this year, even amongst all of this. And so we've been blessed. God has funded Dirt Road Missions abundantly. And even though it may not be as much as we've had in the past, it's been abundantly. So he gives us what we need when we need it. So if anybody ever wants to support that, just you can do it privately, and you can message me anytime. So Uh,
Are you guys gonna be able to make a trip next year, or you know yet?
well, we gotta wait. They gotta open the borders. We gotta
Yeah.
see what's going to be required to cross the borders. So I won't be going this winter. I hope to get to go next winter. Why I go in the winter is usually I go when I'm out for school, so I don't have to burn up all my days because I don't have any days. I usually use more days than I have because I have to go to the doctor so much in Bessemer with all my blood stuff that I have to do. So uh, anyway, so hopefully get to go and hope to carry a bunch of you guys with us next winter. So that would be fun.
I don't have my calendar open. What days are you off this week or this month? What days your like bus stuff and your doctor stuff and
I'll have to look at the calendar. I ain't got it in front of me.
that next week?
I've got to actually find my calendar. I don't go back to the doctor, thank the Lord, till January the 4th. So you write that down. January the 4th, we won't have a show. I think school.
I don't know.
I think school's going to be out then. I'll have a bus inspection in December.
So nursing our travel bug just got here because they almost slept through the show. So they've missed all the announcements that you had made.
All I can say is we got 9 minutes before we go off. I guess they're going to have to watch the replay.
We'll have to go back and watch the replay.
There is so much stuff. We've talked about all the new stuff nearly for an hour and a half. So it's going to be fun. I'm glad you guys made it, Bill. I'm sure it, Bill. Natasha works outside the home. Let me say that. And I'm still praying for Bill and Natasha. They've had some RV issues, and I've been out a lot, so I don't know if they got those issues resolved yet. So still praying for a good outcome on that. I felt so bad for them when I seen it. So hopefully that's going to get resolved in a good way. It's it's bad when you're home and having issues.
I've got to burn some vacation time. I've got 62 days of vacation.
Good grief, Jerry.
What?
62 and 3/4 days vacation. But I'm going to be using a lot this year. So
That's crazy.
Jerry, you won't need to retire for a couple of years if you have that many days.
You just keep asking off until it's time to retire.
Well, and two, you build so many. So that's how many you got at present time, not counting what you build.
yeah, just looking at because we get our paychecks. So I got my vacation time. I was just looking. I got 1,159 hours of sick leave, 502 hours of vacation time. So between that and vacation, I may have to get a surgery done or something.
No surgery.
No.
Hey, we call them mental health days.
Yeah, Epic RV says Gulf Coast is pretty nice right now. I know it's.
His way home says that you can take every Friday off.
I'm thinking Friday and Monday have a 4-day week.
It did not hold your comment this time, Texas Family Camping. It did not hold the comment this time.
Oh yeah, because he put Mexican food spelled it different.
Yeah, he spelled it different.
Yep, isn't that something?
Well, what if he said Spanish food? If it would be.
Yeah, and that's not my doing. That's a YouTube thing. There are words I have built into the system that I don't allow, but that's not one of them.
Yeah, and he put those words in the system to keep me from typing in the chat, but then
Yeah.
he made me a moderator, so it didn't work anyway.
Keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
Yep. That's why I still text you, Gary.
Oh me. I think the new format's going to be fun. I think y'all are going to love it. I think especially too, we done got 2 weeks worth of sponsors. So starting Monday, we will start doing giveaways. So for the next 2 weeks, starting next week, we'll have giveaways. So that's going to be fun.
Yep. Don't forget to email RV Underway.
Yep, I got to email them. Also, guys, it's going to be linked to the community tab. So you'll have to check out the community tab daily to see who the winner is. So the winner to play. The winner will be on Fridays. So we'll have 5 player drawings during the week and 1 winner per week. So that's going to be fun. I think it's going to be a great way to have winners every week without taking up an hour of the show, 30 minutes or an hour of the show. And it's the fairest. I'm sure it's not fair for everyone, but it's the fairest.
Somebody will complain because no one thinks anything is always completely fair.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's a downfall to it somewhere, but we've talked about this as a morning crew, and I was not ever going to do another game, and then I thought of this one day, and then we tweaked on it some, and we talked about it, and I think it's going to be fun. So, in other words, it's 100% money back guarantee. If you don't like how we do it, you get your money back. Oh, wait, you don't have to pay. So, we're not trying to be smart aleck, guys. We're just trying to make it fun for everybody. So,
I was trying to be a smart aleck.
Yeah, that's Felix's job. She does it great. They're always a great show has a.
Don't complain when it's something that's free.
A great show always has a.
There's one thing that you have to do, which is be active in the chat.
Yep.
I mean, that's one thing that you have to do to be a possible.
So we'll advertise it this week, and we'll start it next week. That's gonna be cool. We'll get a whole week to advertise it. Maybe I'll be here every day.
Have an email.
So every good show needs a good-looking host, a nice, sweet, kind, smart.
Thanks, Gary.
Gary is our unofficial co-host. So the good looks and the kindness and the humanitarians and never had a bad thing to say.
Oh, thank you, Gary.
And then there's the other side of the show that you got to have the
brute force.
I'm afraid to say anything.
Go ahead, Gary, say it.
Nettie's back. No.
Oh man! I just tell them I'm just a figure of the show. They actually run the show. I don't do anything. Felix and Nettie Felix and Nettie are the brains behind the operation. Me and Jerry just, we're just here. We're just put in a position.
Yeah,
that's all we are.
I am not going to argue with that.
Nope. I resemble that remark.
Oh man.
Do you see what Epic said? Used to co-host, they started complaining about the unfair.
A big shout out to Michael and Shelly.
Oh man, yes,
man. We had a good time, and Michael filmed the intro and the extra or the outro, whatever you want to call it. But anyway, big shout out to Michael and Shelly. We had fun hanging out with them too, and that was really cool. So
they are
about 2 minutes
like on TV too. So.
Bill was taking up for Michael. Oh man,
Epic was treated unfairly. Welcome to the club, Michael.
Yes, but if there's no proof, there is nothing you can do about it.
And Felix has a way of making the truth disappear.
I just already said something political, but we won't go there.
Some of those
political.
of those magnet fishing spots they go to, I think, is for future body dump locations, but they have to magnet fish to make it look like it's not looking for where places to dump bodies. But
Well, you
I
gotta
like
have a good cover.
yeah, that's what I'm
It's
saying.
way Homestead. I guess we can let y'all win this year since we beat y'all last year and hurt y'all's feelings. So it's a
Hey,
big, it's a big setup, Commander Bacon. It's a big setup. Hey, we got to go. We're running out of time. Love you guys. Hope to
Watch
see
the
you in
extra. Watch the extra. Watch the. See now
Yeah.
you have to see an extra. Outro.
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 All right, y'all watch it. It's hilarious.
Yes,
Thanks
it's
to
great.
Michael for filming it, and Michael was in the intro. So anyway, if y'all missed the intro, make sure you catch it in the morning. Love you guys. Hope to see you in the morning. We'll see you tomorrow night. Love you guys. Bye.
Love you. Take care. Bye.
Thanks again. We love you. Now we're gonna get out of here. Wait a minute. I stopped recording. Why are y'all leaving?
It's fine. Get up and walk out here.
I stopped recording. Why are y'all leaving?